So Galacticos, once again, we're here with Paul. I'm gonna break out the sad news, but this is the last time you're gonna see Paul on our channel, so don't cry, don't be sad. If you wanna see more of Paul, go to Blue Moon Rising and check them out. They do awesome content on Man City, but awesome content.
Yeah, exactly.
Nevertheless.
No Champions League final content, unfortunately, as we're about to discuss, but
we're gonna talk about some 3 key points about yesterday's game to end with this good news for us being in the final and not so good for Man City.
Yeah.
Paul, yesterday the debate before the game and also after the game was Cristiano ready? The game that he played, was the Cristiano we were expecting? How did you see Cristiano yesterday?
Well, first of all, it's worth saying, a lot of City fans were focusing on was he going to play, was he not? Obviously we were very interested to see if Ronaldo, one of the best players to ever play the game, was going to be out or not. So obviously when we saw that he was there, that was an instant worry. But then you think, well, it doesn't matter, if want to win it, we've got to beat the best teams. So if he's there, he's there. In the end, okay, he wasn't at 100%. It would worry me to think if he had been at 100% because, there were moments I saw little flashes of him.
Yeah, true.
Like I liked at the very end of the game when we were trying to sort of go on the attack. He went and pressured the City defenders on the ball and almost like stole it off them. When we were trying to make that pressure to you, he was pressuring us, which is great to see. Not obviously to see it happening to you, but I like that. Enthusiasm. He's an athlete. He's a pure athlete, and he's 100% football. That's all he focuses on. So yeah, if he had been at the best of his game, even when he's at this level, you could still see him snatching a goal. If he played the game again, you could see him scoring.
A lot of people will say, I'm not in that group of people who say, oh, he shouldn't have played, he was not ready. I think Cristiano, didn't play a bad game. We saw him very excited, and he's a guy that emotionally also pushes the team forward.
Of course,
putting up that pressure. And, Cristiano, I'm on the opinion that, even on a wheelchair, he'll have chances. And yesterday, we saw Cristiano having a couple chances. He didn't put them in, but there were a couple of chances that he could normally have put in, and now we would be talking about Cristiano again saving Real Madrid.
Yeah, you could see our defenders freaking out a little bit when he was on the ball, when he puts himself like that, and you just don't know, we don't really, I would love a player like that who can really freak out defenders, but we play a passing game, which, is good, it's nice to see, but every now and again, it really does lift the crowd.
There was this play where Mangala, I think, right outside the box controlled it, and he slipped. And he fell, and the ball was there, and you could see the panic.
His body, and he just managed to get it away.
You could see the panic on his face when Cristiano was going to get to that ball right outside the box. But in the end, he didn't score. But I think it was okay that he played. We needed him, and we went through.
Yeah. And, in the final, obviously, you're expecting that he's going to be 100%. He's a big game player. You could see him, easily scoring. Not easily, but you could see it happening. He's going to be so important for you, and you want that. You need that sort of player for a big game like that in the final.
Talking about players who were not there yesterday, the absence of Casemiro for me was kind of key in the end because how the game happened. It was not really key. But I was very worried when I learned that Casemiro was not going to play. Yeah,
you played a good defensive game yesterday in the end, didn't you? And but I think you were worried that maybe our attacking players might be able to exploit those gaps, maybe in midfield. But in the end, you marshalled us very well. You didn't need that. Your centre backs stood up. They came, up to the occasion and just choked us out of the game really. So Casemiro, I know that he's your defensively minded midfielder. In the end, you coped with us really well. We just didn't create anything, so you're okay.
No, it's true. I think you guys didn't create anything because of yesterday we saw huge Pepe and Ramos. Especially, I was worried to see how they were going to behave with that space left free in front of them, which is normally covered by Casemiro, but crossed it well. And again, the fact that De Bruyne and Agüero were not pretty accurate or we're not really there, that made our life easier.
Yeah, Toure as well. That sort of three, just behind the striker, behind Agüero. You want them to be making runs, running off each other, getting your players falling over, like we were saying Mangala falling over. That's what you want to see, moving around, but it just wasn't there. We thought when we brought Kelechi Iheanacho on, the 19-year-old Nigerian, we thought that maybe he'd be a bit more mobile, and he was actually, but just wasn't enough. The runs weren't found, the passes weren't there. We weren't dynamic enough, and like I said, you played a great defensive game, and our defenders sometimes freaked out, really looked freaked out and falling over. Like you could see when Ronaldo was coming up to him, they were scared. They were scared. You looked in control.
Yeah, I think we were in control in the end. Last thing we want to talk about here is, this is a feeling we've had all season long, is that Real Madrid do create chances, and we haven't been able to put them in. There are a lot of games we've drawn 0-0, maybe lost 1-0, where, you know, if we put like half the chances we had, we could have won. And my feeling is, I don't know how you feel about this, but in this 180 minutes, we could have, or we should have scored more than one goal.
Well, and you didn't even score it. It was
an own goal.
No, but I mean, it was Bale's goal, really, wasn't it? But yeah, you'd think, you know, I mean, I'm obviously having the exact same opinion that we, you know, over 180 minutes, if you can't score a goal, you don't deserve to go through, and you know, you got the goal that you needed. But yeah, in a final, you know, you're gonna have to. I think your big players will turn it on, and you know, you'll be seeing Bale making, you know, amazing runs. You'll be seeing Modric controlling that midfield. You'll see Ronaldo tearing. I mean, Atletico have got the best defensive record in Europe, right? But so it's going to be a mean matchup, isn't it? It's going to be really, really interesting.
I think it is, and well, it's fair to say that we're not like a waterfall of chances yesterday or in Manchester, but we had some clear ones, and you know, I think the fact that we didn't put them in, we had us tense until the end of the game, and you know, hopefully we'll have our chances. We'll have our chances against Atletico.
I'm sure you will. There will be chances.
Maybe not as many as Bayern had. Like, we saw Atletico defending with teeth, and you know, like
yeah.
But
they're a well-oiled machine, aren't they? But they say, you know, everyone always says in Europe you've got to take your chances. So that's what it'll happen. You know, you can see it can go one of two ways in that final. It'll either go like Bayern, and then Atletico will just, you know, steal a goal or two on the counter when you just pile everyone forward, or you'll just eventually find a way through. That's how I see it going. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. I think it's, you know, Champions League final, Madrid derby. It is going to be huge.
It has all the elements it needs to have to be a great game.
Yeah, there's a lot of soap opera, telenovela dynamics there.
A little bit of telenovela Galacticos. Well, we hope you enjoyed it, and we want to know if you agree with us. Like, you know, were these points key for what happened yesterday? And we hope you enjoyed Paul's visit. And again, don't be sad, you know, for never seeing him again.
We're all friends now, aren't we? We've been with each other so long now. But yeah, obviously, if you want to check out more of our stuff, checking out, if you're interested in how Guardiola's going to change things at City, even if you're not a fan of Guardiola, it might be interesting. We're going to be doing lots of summer content on him, all the signings coming in. Will we maybe even look at some of the players that come in from Madrid? Could they come over to City? Who knows? Maybe vice versa. I don't know. Lots to talk about. We'll be covering all that on Blue Moon Rising TV.
So if you want to troll Guardiola, you know, go to Blue Moon Rising TV now. Well, Galacticos, like and subscribe, and we'll see you later.